అందరికీ నమస్కారములు. నమో నమః. సర్వేభ్యో నమస్కారः. గురుభ్యో నమః. Today is a very important day for all of us, that we are going to have the overall clarification of any doubts. Besides, covering Bhagavad Gita by Dr. Somanchi Tangirala Visalakshi Garu. So today we are going to have a overall idea and clarification of all doubts, which we have been promising you for last 3-4 months. So be at large and ask any doubts you want. If at all the time is up after 8 o'clock, you leave the question in the chat box. So that will be taken up after Prarthana and Janaganamana, and the recording will be available to you. So with this, let us start the session and pay our respects to our country by reciting Vande Mataram. Let us request Challa Chittibabu Garu to recite Vande Mataram, please.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Subhrajyosna pulakitayaminim pullakusumita drumadala shobhinim suhasinim sumadhura bhashinim sukhadam varadam mataram vande mataram. వందే మాతరం.
వందే మాతరం. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. Now going forward, we'll go for Prarthana. Request Vasundhara ji to chant Prarthana, please.
Sarvebhyo Namaskaraha. 1 minute meditation followed by 3 times Omkara and prayer. गणानान्त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमस्त्रमस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणान् ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु। ॐ श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुरेव गतिः गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे। न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मां पाहि गुरो। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतंगमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सर्वेभ्यो नमस्कारः। ॐ गुरुभ्यो नमः।
ఓం గురుభ్యో నమః. హరి ఓం. ధన్యవాదములండి వసుంధరా గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. నౌ లెట్ us request our Guruji Vishalakshi garu to start the webinar, please.
ओम श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः। ओम श्री पार्वती राजराजेश्वराभ्यां नमः। ओम श्री मेधा दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री महासरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम शिवाय गुरवे नमः। ओम नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिः ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम। श्रीकृष्णा यदुभूषणा नरसखा शृंगार रत्नाकरा लोकद्रोहि नरेन्द्र वंशदहना लोकेश्वरा देवतानीक ब्राह्मण गोगणार्तिहरणा निर्वाण संधायका नेकुन्मृक्किद द्रुम्पवे भवलतल नित्यानुकंपानिधि। नमोस्तुते व्यास विशाल बुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायत पत्र नेत्र येन त्वया भारत तैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमय प्रदीपः। सभाये नमः। सर्वेभ्यो नमो नमः. Till now we have learnt about Sanatana Dharma, how it originated, what are its features, what all points are there. Then we learnt in detail about Shodasa Samskaras. Now today you have already learnt about Bhagavad Gita through Dr. C.S.R. Prabhu Garu and by yourselves also. Even then, how many times if we repeat and learn the essence of Gita, slokas of Gita from so many persons also, that would be very beneficial, because every time one new aspect or new perspective you can understand while reading, going through, listening and all. So today I will try to tell the gist of Bhagavad Gita, complete essence of Bhagavad Gita in a nutshell, and also the Sara Sloka as the elders said. Because there is one sloka which can be spoken as the complete essence of Bhagavad Gita, which all of you are already aware of it, and even then I will try to just impart you about the inner meaning of it. So our Bhagavad Gita Grantha is considered to be the most authentic work. Though there are so many, a vast Vaidika Vangmaya is there, entire world considers Bhagavad Gita to be the most authentic work on Sanatana Dharma and our Hinduism of our Bharata Desha. So, when we uttered the word Bhagavad Gita, that itself, Bhagavad Gita, this is the Gita, the song spoken by, uttered by, given to us by Bhagavan. Bhagavan means Sakshat Paramatma, Parabrahma. So Sri Krishna Paramatma, Sriman Narayana, the divinity itself is giving us this Bhagavad Gita Upadesha. So the words, the ideas, the teachings and everything of Bhagavad Gita got such profound power in them that we say, Gita Sugita Kartavya Kimanyaihi Shastra Vistaraihi Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmat Vinisrutaka. It has directly come from the mouth of the Paramatma. The essence of the teachings of this one text, Bhagavad Gita, is enough to lead the entire mankind to lead a very perfect life here, in this world, achieving all pleasures, all four purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama and moksha. And we can get liberation also. We can get amushmika sukhas also if anybody wants. So Bhagavad Gita, he who studies Bhagavad Gita becomes free from the clutches of this worldly ties, janana marana valaya, as we say. The fears, distress, everything will be removed. And we can attain non-returnable place. Yadgatva nanivartante tadhama paramam mama, said Paramatma. That position can be reached by us. Gita Shastram idam punyam yak pathet prayataha puman Vishnu padam avapnoti hayashokadi varjitaha. So everything about Bhagavad Gita is well explained in just one sloka, which we recite as Prarthana sloka at the beginning of Gita Chena. Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavata narayanena swayam vyasena grathitam purana munina madhye mahabharatam advaitamrita varshinim bhagavatim ashtadasatyayinim Amba tvamanusandadhami bhagavad-gite bhavadveshini. For those who dislike this worldly ties, again taking but punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, those who want to come out of this, they can get eternal happiness. For them, Bhagavad Gita is like the rainfall of Advaita Amruta. So it is like nectar of Advaita. Advaita means non-duality, only one Sarvatra Samadarsitva. So I prostrate to such goddess, Bhagavad Gita itself, which is directly spoken by Paramatma. See, he spoke to Arjuna, which is composed by the ancient sage Vyasa Bhagavan, Vyasa Maharshi, which is there in the middle of Mahabharata, which is having 18 chapters and 700 verses, 700 slokas. They say 40 more are there, they are being invented. So now we can say 740 slokas. So Bhagavad Gita is the essence of Upanishads, the Jnana Kanda of Vedas known as Vedanta. The Upanishads, Brahma Sutras and Bhagavad Gita, these three are called as Prasthanatraya. It is said that the Upanishads are Shruti Prasthana. Shruti means Veda. Brahma Sutras are Nyaya Prasthana or Tarka Prasthana. Logically, they lead us towards divinity, Brahma Jnana. And also, Bhagavad Gita is Smriti Prasthana. So the complete essence of Upanishads is given in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Sarvopanishado gavaha doktha gopalanandanaha partho vatsaha suthir bhokta duktham geetamrutam mahat. All Upanishads are cows. The cowherd boy is Gopalanandana, Sri Krishna Paramatma. Partha or Arjuna is the calf. The milked is the nectar in the form of Bhagavad Gita. All virtuous people, great people, those who are jignasus, mumukshus, they enjoy the nectar of Gita, Gita Amrita. Mahabharata declares, Gita Ganga cha Gayatri Govindeti Hrudi Smaran Hrudi Stite Chatur Gakara Samyukte Punarjanma Na Vidyate. In whose hearts all these four Ganga, Gita, Gayatri and Govinda exist. They need not have to take birth again. Ganga is considered as most pious and sacred river. It purifies whoever takes a dip in it. But one who takes a dip in Gita Ganga not only crosses the samsara, but makes others also to cross the ocean of Janma Parampara. Swayam Tirtva Paran Tarayate. Bhagavad Gita is the treasure house of real knowledge. Yadartha Jnana, Paravidya, Achatma Vidya, Vidyanam we say. The spiritual knowledge. No one can completely know the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, but everyone can get benefited by it. Bhagavad Gita gives solutions to all the questions, whatever problems one gets in the life. So just as Srimad Bhagavata is spoken as the Bhakti Shastra, similarly Srimad Bhagavad Gita can be called as Jnana Shastra. What all different paths, margas are explained in Sanatana Dharma to reach divinity, Brahman, the ultimate transcendental reality, as we say, all are explained in Bhagavad Gita. The Karma Marga, Bhakti Marga, Jnana Marga, Nishkama Karma Yoga Marga is spoken here. The best way to adopt in this life to get liberated. So the final aim of Bhagavad Gita is to uplift the Jiva, individual soul, Jivatma, who is merged in this ocean of world due to Ajnana, by showing him the way of Saranagati, and also by giving him the real Jnana, the Yadartha Jnana. So Bhagavad Gita is taught by Paramatma Sri Krishna to Arjuna in the middle of battlefield at the beginning of Kurukshetra war. Taking Arjuna as a pretext, Bhagavan spoke to address entire humanity, mankind, and taught all of us about the essence of Upanishads and showed us the way to lead our lives. So Bhagavad Gita is divided into 18 chapters. Though in all the chapters, Bhakti, Jnana, Karma, Dhyana, Upasana, etc., all paths are explained, still mainly first to 6th chapter. These 6 chapters are they deal with Karma Yoga. So they are called as Karma Shatka. 7th to 12th chapter, they deal with Bhakti Yoga and so are called as Bhakti Shatka. Now 13th to 18th chapter explain about Jnana Marga, Jnana Yoga. So they are called as Jnana Shatka. So as the essence of all these teachings, Nishkama Karma Yoga and Saranagati, taking refuge to Paramatma, are explained as the solution to the main problem raised by Arjuna in the first chapter. The background of emanation of Bhagavad Gita is to be known first, in fact, to understand the teachings of Sri Krishna Paramatma and Bhagavad Gita. In fact, this background of Bhagavad Gita, of course, it is well known to all of you and all of us, we know it. But even then, it is the context. we must know. Because those who are ignorant of our Bhagavad Gita, they are criticizing, saying that your Sri Krishna Paramatma, your God, provoked Arjuna to fight. Whereas you say Ahimsa is Paramo Dharma to you. They must understand what is the real teaching of our Sanatana Dharma. So Pandavas are the embodiments of Dharma, Bhakti, Kartavya Nishta, modesty, Dhairya, Bala, Utsaha, and all righteous qualities, very good Sattvika gunas. Duryodhana, etc., Dushta Chetustaya, they deceived Pandavas in Maya Juta Kriya. They robbed them of their glory, their kingdom, their prosperity, and put a condition at the time of Jutakriya that whoever are defeated should go to forest for 12 years and 1 year they should do Ajnatavasa. So according to their commitment, Pandavas spent successfully with that condition, and after 13th year, after completing Ajnatavasa, they asked Duryodhana to hand over their kingdom to them. Because it is Maya Juta. In fact, by deceiving, they have conquered this kingdom of Pandavas. Even then, Pandavas obliged as per the bet they kept at the beginning. But Duryodhana bluntly refused to give their part of kingdom to them. Pandavas sent even Sri Krishna Paramatma as their messenger on behalf of them, Rayabari, as we say, messenger, to make a sort of mutual agreement. Sandhi, we say. But even that is failed. So Duryodhana refused to give even 5 villages to Pandavas. There is no other way left for Pandavas except to do Dharma Yuddha for obtaining their own kingdom. So battle became compulsory. It is the first and foremost duty of a king to punish adharma. See that dharma prevails over the kingdom. So because Kauravas are adharmikas, and also because Bhimasena took vows, pratignyas, Pandavas have to punish Kauravas. So both the parties, they prepared for doing battle, and Kurukshetra is decided to be the place where this battle has to take place. Kurukshetra is a very holy and pious land of Dharma Pradesha, that is. Sri Krishna is the relative of both Kauravas and Pandavas, but Pancha Pandavas consider Sri Krishna as their relative, friend, teacher, mentor, protector, and God. Before the commencement of the war, both Duryodhana and Arjuna approached Sri Krishna for help. Sri Krishna divided his strength into 2 parts. On one part, he said he will come, but he will not fight in the war at all. He will not hold the weapons. He will help them and give suitable advices whenever they need. The other part is his Narayani Sena. All his army will come and fight for them. They can choose whichever they like, because Arjuna is the younger and also because he came first. The choice is given to Arjuna to choose. Then Arjuna selected Sri Krishna Paramatma and prayed him to be on their side, and Duryodhana is very happy to take a very big army along with him. So Sri Krishna announced himself as Partha Sarathi and gave a boon to Arjuna that he will work as charioteer to Arjuna on his request. Yato dharmas tato Krishna, yato Krishnas tato jayam. Krishna here means Paramatma, God. Where there is dharma, there God exists. Where God is there, victory prevails. The day of fight came, then both the Kuru and Pandava Senas, they assembled in the battlefield on both the sides. All the great heroes of both the parties arrived on their chariots. Sri Krishna Paramatma brought Arjuna to the battlefield. There Arjuna asked Krishna to show him the complete army of other side, Kauravas. So he brought the chariot into the middle part of that place, so that he can see all the warriors ready to fight. There amongst the opposite people, Arjuna saw his most beloved and honorable grandfather Bhishmacharya, then great, respectable, revered Dronacharya, Krupacharya, Guruputra, Aswethama, and of course Duryodhana, etc., all others. They are all cousins. Of course, they may be having hatred towards Pandavas, but they all are kith and kin, relatives, brothers to them, Pandavas. So, and all other people, the soldiers who are in no way connected with this Kaurava Pandava mutual conflict, even all of them are there ready to lose their lives. On both the sides, of course, not only towards that, even in their Paksha, these Pandavas also, there are relatives, great honorable people, then his own children, then all the citizens who are unconnected with this. Then Drupada Maharaja, etc., honorable people are there. So he thought that it is not proper for him, for the sake of their personal conflict, it is not proper for on their part to fight with them and to kill them unnecessarily. Crores of people, Akshohinis, people would be losing their lives. So what sort of happiness we are going to gain by killing all our kith and kin? What is the use of this kingdom, property and all? So he, with that feeling of moha, we say, his body shivered, his Gandiva fell down, and he himself sat down in the chariot in distress and said to Sri Krishna Paramatma, Na kankshe vijayam Krishna, na cha radyam sukhani cha, kim no radyena govinda, kim bhogair jivitena va. Hey Krishna, I am not willing to get the kingdom. What is the use of this royal glory? What is the use of all these enjoyments with the cost of the lives of my own kith and kin? Then thus Arjuna became Kim Kartavyata Vimudha, he came under the capture of moha, that is infatuation, and the feelings of aham and mama. These are all my people. I am going to kill. So that aham mama feelings have overpowered Arjuna. Then Sri Krishna spoke to Arjuna. Klaibyam masma gamak partha naita tvai upapadyate shudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktva uttishta parantapa. O Arjuna, don't be under the influence of cowardness. This is not proper for you. Abandon this weakness of your heart and get ready to fight with the enemies, which is your duty as a Kshatriya. Everyone must do their duties. They should not hesitate due to any other silly reasons. Arjuna is in dilemma now. He could not decide what to do, what is good to him, what is bad to him, what is to be done, what is not to be done. So he knows that as a warrior, Kshatriya, and also because Kauravas did harm to them and Bhimasena took the votes, it is their duty to fight. Even then, his heart is not accepting, of course, to kill elders, gurus, relatives, and all. So his mind is in a sort of dolandolita, we say in our Telugu. So in a dilemma. So he could not decide. Now he took shelter of Sri Krishna Paramatma. At the feet of Paramatma, he bowed down and he requested his mentor and God relative everything, Sri Krishna Paramatma, to command him what to do, explain him what is his duty. Thus Arjuna selected Krishna as his guru, preceptor, acharya, and God, and did Saranagati, and said like this: Karpanya doshopahata swabhavaha pruchami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha yet sreyaha syat nishchitam bruhi tanme sishyasteham Syathimam Tvam Prapannam. So, hey Krishna, I am under the defect of cowardness, so I am unable to decide what to do and what not to do. I seek your refuge. I am your disciple. So, I request you to kindly command me what I should do, what is really beneficial to me. Shreyas. Then in Kathopanishad, Shreyomarga and Preyomarga are explained. So one should always travel through Shreyomarga, but not Preyomarga. In Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad, Yajnavalkya Maharshi says with Gargi, Yova etad aksharam Gargi aviditva asma lokat praiti sa krupanaha. O Gargi, one who leaves this world without knowing Parabrahman is a krupana. Normally, we think krupana means a miser, but here krupana, the definition is given by Paramatma. That is in the Vedas, in the Upanishads. That sort of karpanya dosha should not be there in anyone. So Arjuna prayed Sri Krishna. At that time, what Tattvopadesha is given by Krishna to Arjuna is Gitopadesha, Bhagavad Gita. Sri Krishna advised Arjuna, the Kshatriya, to do the Kshatriyochita, Dharmochita Yuddha, the fight, realizing the necessity and importance to do the war. Sri Krishna Paramatma started to speak. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Tasmad apariharyete na tvam sochitum arhasi. Everyone who is born dies. Every being died again takes birth. So you cannot change this process. So where you cannot do anything, why you have to lament? It is not proper for you to weep and lament like this. Dhiraha tatra namuchyate, says the Upanishad. One should develop sthita pragnatva, dhiratva, to see sukha and dukkha both as equal. Avinasi tu tam vidhi yena sarvam idam tatam. That by which this whole universe is pervaded. Know that to be undestroyable, and it is you. That undestroyable, indestructible Chaitanya is you yourself. So don't consider the bodies are dying, not the jivas. Na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam putva bhavita vana puyaha. Ajo nityat shasvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane serire, says the Kathopanishad. The body decays. There is no death to Atma. Atma is eternal. Jivas will get several births till they get moksha, liberated. So, sukha dukkhe samay krutva lapha lapho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi. Considering pleasures and pains, profits and losses, victory and defeat as equal, you fight now. It is your duty. You will not get any sin at all. Then Sri Krishna Paramatma explained about what is meant by yoga and explained bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, karma yoga, dhyana yoga, and also upasanas he explained, and also explained Sankhya yoga, then explained about sthita pragnatva, lakshanas, then asked Arjuna to be a yogi. Tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. Sri Krishna explained about para vidya and apara vidya, sapara prakritis, para prakriti, apara prakriti, akshara para brahma tattva, 4 types of devotees. Then four, you know, of course, all these 4. Then Ananya Bhakti also, Bhagavad Vibhutis, he explained and showed him his own Visvarupa with thousands of heads, thousands of hands, feet, etc. That is, the whole universe is in him. He is being visible in the form of the entire universe. So that Samatva, Ekatva is shown in Visvarupa. So all these Kuru, Pandava, Sainyas, heroes, they are all entering into the mouths of that Visvarupa Purusha of Sri Krishna himself. So Arjuna got frightened, he wonderstruck and prayed Lord Krishna to appear in his normal, usual Saumya Rupa as his friend and relative. So having seen that original Saumya Rupa of Sri Krishna Paramatma, then Arjuna got relief. Sri Krishna said that Arjuna is only an instrument in the hands of Paramatma. It is not he who is fighting actually. It is the destiny, the time that is playing. Nimitta, he is just an instrument, Nimitta, in the hands of Bhagavan, Paramatma. All the doers and the director, that is the one who does the work, and the director, both are Paramatma. Karta, Karma, Kriya, everything, all are Paramatma only. Now Arjuna's Brahma is completely removed after the entire teaching of Paramatma. Then by that Viswarupa Sandarsana, he got the clarity that he is not the doer at all. The doer is only Paramatma. So he will not get any sort of either attachment or detachment or sin or merit, nothing will come to him. So he realized that he is not the killer of his relatives, fathers, gurus and all. He is not the doer at all. In fact, everything is Paramatma only. So Sri Krishna Paramatma explained to Arjuna, Arjuna is his friend, devotee, disciple, relative. And also specially, particularly, he took refuge in him now. That is, he did Sharanagati. So Paramatma has to protect him, showing the real good Sreyo Marga. So he spoke about Kshetra and Kshetrajna, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo, Gunas, and also Gunatita Sthiti, and advised Arjuna, Nistray Gunyo Pavarjuna. You must cross these three gunas, this nature, and go beyond. So he explained about the samsara vriksha, the daivi gunas and asuri gunas also, and advised Arjuna to abandon kama, krodha, lopa, and the doors of naraka. Kama, krodhascha, lopascha, dware tishtanti taskaraha jnana ratnapaharaya tasmadetat trayam tyajet. He also explained about the characteristics of Satchidananda Ghana Parabrahman. So, and declared that whenever there is any glani, any sort of defect to the dharma, any sort of any sort of hardship comes to dharma, then certainly he will get incarnation. He will come in some form or other as human being or something, and destroy the wicked and adharma, and will establish the dharma. So, yada yada hi dharmasya jnani bhavati bharata, apyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham, paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha dushkritam, dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. These three are the purposes of avatara. Why Paramatma takes avatara and comes to this earth? Because to protect the pious and noble people, to destroy the wicked and cruel people, and third work is to establish dharma on the earth among people. So for these causes, he said he will take birth. He will come down to earth in all the yugas whenever it is needed. Sri Krishna asked Arjuna to do karma, kartavya karmas. As a warrior, now the duty of Arjuna is to do this dharma yuddha without feeling that he is he is killing and all. So he will get victory. Even then, he should not feel that he is the cause of his victory. Paramatma is the cause of his victory. So he has to do it because it is his duty, and also because Paramatma asked him, commanded him to do the war, because he took refuge of Paramatma. Whatever he says, Arjuna has to do. That is his duty. So, not only because he is Kshatriya, because there are envious feelings, everything, he need not have to fight. He must fight because he took Sharanagati. That is the prime reason to fight in this Kurukshetra war. So, he has no concern with the result whatsoever it may be. Lord Sri Krishna Paramatma proclaimed in Bhagavad Gita, Karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Ma karma phala heturphu, ma te sango swakarmani, ma te sangaha astu akarmani. So you get a right only to do karma. We got adhikara only to do our karma, vihita karmas, our duty to do. So you do your duty. You are not concerned about karma phala. Karma phala pradata is God, Paramatma. You should not have any sort of attachment to any work, anything. You should not abandon your kartavya karmas also. So your duties are what to do, all the duties you have to follow. You should not think of karma phala. So we should not bother about karma phala. We are concerned only with karma prayojana, the purpose of the work. If any bridge is built, the purpose is the benefit of entire so many people, many human beings, mankind for several years. Then the phala of the karma of building the bridge is, it is just an example. The fruit is getting either wages or money, salary for the engineers and wages for the workers. So karma prayojana is to be kept in view, not the phala of the work while doing any work. So thus this is called as nishkama karma. When we aim at prayojana and not the karma phala, the immediate benefits we are going to get, that is called as nishkama karma. When we do offering our karma phala to Paramatma and do the works as our duty, it becomes nishkama karma. And Paramatma in Gita advised Arjuna to do this nishkama karma yoga. So the names of, in fact, in Bhagavad Gita, the names of all the chapters are combined with the word yoga. For example, Arjuna Vishada Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, 18th chapter. Because in all the chapters, how the Jivatma can be united with Paramatma is explained. So even Vishada of Arjuna has become yoga. Because with that Shoka and Vishada, Arjuna could get the Brahma Jnana from the Upadesha of Paramatma, Sri Krishna. At the end of every chapter, it is mentioned as Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishada Yoga Nama Prathamochayaha. Like that, Sannyasa Yoga Nama, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, like that it is given. So this is Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishad which speaks about Brahma Vidya, and also this is Yoga Shastra. And in this dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, the first chapter by name Arjuna Vishada Yoga is completed. Then similarly all 18 chapters they mention like this and said that this is Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu. It is Upanishad. Sri Krishna Paramatma cleared all the doubts of Arjuna and said, I have explained this most sacred and secret knowledge to you because you are very much dear to me. Now you properly think over and act according to your will and wish. You should not do because I commanded or I asked you. You must use your intellect. You decide what to do and what not to do, and you do as you like. There the choice is given to all human beings. We must utilize our intelligence in Sreyo Marga, not become a prey of Preyo Marga. So thus Paramatma itite jnanam akhyatam guhyat guhyataram maya vimrushya yetad aseshena yethechasi tatha kuru. You do as you like. Thus he left a decision to Arjuna only. But Arjuna did not reply. Why? Because he took Sharanagati to Paramatma. And of course, he is not in a position to decide at all what is good and beneficial to him. So he kept quiet. Then Sri Krishna Paramatma, of course, he knows the heart of each and every individual living being, every atom. He exists in the whole universe, in each and every atom also. So he knows the heart of Paramatma. This Sri Krishna Paramatma is Sarvajnani and Sarvavit. Sarvajnanis may not know the feelings of each and everyone, but Sarvavit, he is the knower of entire universe, all the minds of human beings, living creatures, everything. That is Sarvavit. So all-pervading power and all-knowing power. So he knows the heart of Arjuna. So with much compassion on him, he again advised Arjuna like this: Manmana bhava, mad bhakto, madhyaji, mam namaskuru, mame veshyasi, satyam te, pratijane priyosime. Oh Arjuna, you keep your mind in me, mind on me. Become my devotee, serve me, salute me. If you do like this, you will certainly obtain me. You will obtain me. So he will become Paramatma. Manmana bhava means keep your mind on God, divine power, divinity. Mad bhakto bhava means have intense devotion towards God, Ananya Bhakti, which Gopikas got, then Prahlada got like that. Then Madhyaji bhava, worship God only. Mam namaskuru means salute to, do pranama to Paramatma only. So namaskara, for doing namaskara, one must completely leave his feeling of greatness or ahamkara, ego feeling. He must feel himself as alpa in front of the others to whom he is bowing down. So ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityapi yuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyakam. This is the promise given by Paramatma to Arjuna and to all of us, to the entire universe, all human beings and living creatures. Without any other thought, whoever worship me or serve me, I will certainly take care of their yoga and kshema. Yoga is to get what is intended to obtain, and kshema is safeguarding what has already obtained, what has already come to us. So Lord Paramatma is the protector of our yoga and kshema also. So if we take refuge in him and do our duties with all sincere confidence, with our trikarana suddhi, we say, purity of thought, word and deed is essential. Then Sri Krishna Paramatma said to Arjuna, I am saying this to you with promise, because you are very much dear to me. After explaining in detail and advising him properly, Sri Krishna Paramatma said one more sloka, which can be called as the complete essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita. This is called as Bhagavad Gita Sara Sloka. Sara means the essence, rasa, sampurna tattva. This is the final verdict, shasana of Paramatma. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. You leave all other dharmas, all other upayas, plans, means of doing the work, and take refuge in me. I will certainly relieve you from all the sins and all any sort of obstacles or distresses. They will be completely away to you. Do not worry. So in this Charama Sloka, Gita Sara Sloka, Bhagavan Krishna is asking Arjuna that, that is all of us, that if he is asking Arjuna means he is asking entire mankind, all of us, all human beings, to take shelter in him, do Saranagati. What is Saranagati? It is said like this: Anukulasya sankalpaha pratikulasya varjanam rakshishyati iti visvaso goptrutve varanam tatha atma nikshepa karpanyo shadvitha saranagatihi. Saranagati is of 6 types, or these 6 qualities comprise Saranagati. Our Ishta Devata or Paramatman is all powerful, full of compassion. He is always favorable to us. He will always protect us, guide us, keep our secrets. He will protect. With such full confidence, we have to believe that whatever occurs in our lives, whether good or bad, that may appear as if that is distress, agony, hardships and all, maybe. But through that, Paramatma is removing our Purva Janma Sanchita Papas and all. So whatever occurs in our lives, occurs due to the Sankalpa of Paramatma only. So certainly that is for our welfare only. With such thoughts, one should always have complete positive thinking and leave negative feelings fully. So God will certainly protect us. When He is the protector, why to worry? So God never likes ego or aham bhavana, boasting, self-boasting. He never likes. He likes only deenatva and bhakti tattva and saranagatva tattva. So Arjuna took resort in Paramatma with all these 6 qualities. So Sri Krishna advised such a big upadesha, which is very beneficial to all types of human beings. And he gave this method of Saranagati to Arjuna because he requested. Sri Krishna said, Arjuna said to Krishna that Chathimam, command me, Tvam Prepannam, that is, I took shelter in you. So you command me, I will do, I will oblige. Now, in this Charama Sloka, in the first pada, first line, what a devotee or a disciple should do is explained. Then in the second pada, what Paramatma, God is going to do is explained. The means of obtaining the highest goal of human life, mukti, is spoken here in this sloka. So the means is upaya, the plan. Upaya is that which leads towards the highest goal of our life. So the charama gamya, parama gamya, we say that gamya is always God Himself. That moksha, we say dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Moksha itself is Paramatma. So we are obtaining moksha, means we are obtaining Paramatma, becoming one with that Almighty. So among the Sahasra Namas of Paramatma, Upaya is one of the names. It is also given there as a name of God. Upaya, plan. Leaving all dharmas, just catch hold of me, who am the Parama Upaya. I am the real Upaya. So if you catch that Upaya, you can reach me. So this is what is spoken here in this Sarasloka. Sarva dharman parityajya. The word dharman actually means all dharmas. It is the plural word actually, Bahuvachana. It is accusative case and Dvitiya Vibhakti and plural, Bahuvachan Rupa. Even then Paramatma said the word Sarva. Sarva dharman, all the dharmas. So because a person has to do multiple duties, Varnasrama dharmas, Vayaktika dharmas, individual dharmas, then Bandhu dharmas, Sangha dharmas, then dharmas towards mother, father, children, wife, husband, then as neighbor, as a worker, it's so many, as officer, as a citizen of the country, so many thousands of dharmas are there, duties are there to each and every individual. So Sarva Dharman, Paramatma said. Moreover, each person has Pancha Runas. So one should become free from all the Runas also. Otherwise, again he has to take birth. So everyone got many more dharmas relating to family, society, race, caste, then language, nation, towards all living beings and even the animals, birds, nature, mountains, water, Panchabhutas and all. So leaving all these dharmas, if one completely takes shelter in God, Saranagati, then follow the instructions of God and acts accordingly, then God will take care of such people. So dharma means that which bears and that which is born. We have of course already learnt about dharma in detail. Dharati iti dharmaka, thriyate dharayate iti dharmaka. That by which everything is born is dharma. So the word dharma is from the root through thara to bear, we said, learnt of course. So Veda commands dharmam chara. Satyam vada dharmam chara. Practice dharma. We must do our duty. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. If we follow and practice dharma, dharma will protect us. That dharma protects us is that is there are ordinary dharmas and that is samanya dharmas, bhautika dharmas, padartha dharmas, and also there are achatmika dharmas, there are samishti dharmas, vyashti dharmas, and above all, already long back I said in another class, Atma Dharma is the real Dharma, most important Dharma, Atmartham Prithvin Tyajet. So everyone should follow his or her own Dharma. Otherwise, they become sinners. They get Papa. By Punya and Papa, the chain of birth and death occurs. So, but while following and practicing Atma Dharma, all our Bhautika Dharmas can be abandoned. By that, one will not get any sin at all. So, at present, Arjuna is a Kshatriya. His most important duty, Kshatriya Dharma, is to do Dharma Yuddha, is to fight in the battle, which is in front of him, commanded by Krishna. So, Bhagavan Krishna asked Arjuna to do his Kshatriya Dharma by fighting against Atharma and do war at Kurukshetra. So Sri Krishna advised Arjuna to take refuge in him, the Bhagavan, and if one does all his duties righteously without any sort of other, without Bhagavad Bhavana, then for him there are many kartavyas. Without doing Charanagati, if we do all righteous deeds, even then so many kartavyas would be there, their results will come to him, thereby again he has to fall in the chain of birth and death. But if a person takes refuge, Saranagati, and did the duties, then he need not have to take birth at all, because Paramatma will take care of him. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it is said, that is, Devarshi Bhutapta Nrunam Pitrunam Na Kinkaro Nayam Runicha Rajan Sarvatmana Yaha Sharanam Sharanyam Gato Mukundam Parihrutya Kartam. One who does not surrender to Bhagavan, for him there are Pancha Runas and so many other duties, Kartavya Karmas. He has to clear all of them. But one who completely surrendered to God will be completely relieved of all these runas and the ties and duties. So in Srimad Bhagavata, Paramatma said, Ajñāyaivam gunan doshan mayadishtan api swakan dharman samtyajya yaha sarvan mam bhajeta sa sattamaka. I gave a number of Upadeshas in Vedas, spoke about merits and demerits, defects of all Laukika dharmas and karmas. Those who fully engage in my service, though abandon all those dharmas and all the karmas, also become best sadhakas, achievers, a practitioner in spiritual sadhana, we say spiritual path. Gopikas are such ananya bhaktas to Paramatma, Krishna. Though they do all the worldly deeds, every minute their minds and thoughts are filled with Sri Krishna, Smarana only. They are fully aware of the fact that Sri Krishna is Paramatma, yet they are playing with Sri Krishna as if they are playing with a child, because Krishna was there at that time as a child. So for them, Sri Krishna is their mother, father, teacher, friend, mentor, even husband to all the ladies. And he is the Paramagati, the final goal to all Gopa Gopikas, everything that can be obtained. So in Srimad Ramayana, Lakshmana Swami abandoned all other dharmas and kept serving Sri Ramachandra as his sole dharma and went to the forest along with him. Even Prahlada, 5-year-old child, small boy, could perceive Lord Sri Hari everywhere at all the times. He got Samadar Sitva, spoken by Sri Krishna Paramatma in Bhagavad Gita. So Prahlada used to see and experience the presence of Sri Mahavishnu while eating, drinking, speaking, playing, sleeping, moving, while doing any work. So he felt the presence of Lord Sri Hari and forgot this world, merging in the thought of Vishnu. So Bhagavan Krishna said, Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Parityajya, he said, he did not say Parityaja. Sarva Dharman Parityajya means abandon all the dharmas. He said Parityajya, having abandoned. That is, it is called as Lyabanta in Sanskrita Vyakarana. It is a Krut Pratyaya. Tyaja means to abandon. Tyaja is the root. To that Lyabanta, Lyap, Lya, Pratyaya is added. So when it is added, it becomes asamapaka kriya. That is the word, the meaning is not completed. Parityajya, having, abandoning, he must do some other thing. So two verbs are there. And this is asamapaka kriya. So which indicates that after doing this, one more is to be done. Mamekam sharanam vraja. So abandoning all the dharmas, take refuge in me. Mamekam sharanam vraja. Sharanam vraja. Vraja is the final verb there in that sentence, which completes that sentence. So this is the main sentence, take refuge in me, having abandoned all other dharmas. So this sentence is not completed with parityajya. It would be completed when mamekam sharanam vraja is taken. So that is the greatness. This is called as the Sara Sloka of Bhagavad Gita. Mamekam sharanam vraja, Paramatma said, take shelter in me alone. Me there refers to the ultimate Nirguna Niranjana Paratattva spoken in Upanishads. Thus in this Sara Sloka, in the first line, Paramatma said, told all of us what we have to do. Sarva dharman parityajya. Then second, mamekam sharanam vraja. This is what we have to do. Then in the second line, he said, aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. Ma shuchaha, don't worry. I will completely relieve you from all your sins, all the distresses of this world. Don't worry at all. So punya, papa, merit or demerit, sin, they come to us according to the works we do. As the result of our deeds, we take birth after birth. We get attached to the objects and people. When we are attached towards any object or person, then a sort of attachment develops. When we are continuously meeting a person, thinking of some article or eatable, our mind gets attached. Jhayato vishayan pumsam sangasteshu upajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodhopijayate krodhat bhavate sammohaha sammohat smriti bhremshaha smriti bhremshat buddhinasho buddhinashad vinasyati. The steps how we are coming down and falling. This is how the destruction takes place on account of attachment, sangha. That is why the Paramatma advised us not to develop any sangha towards anything, any object, any person, any bantha on this world. So continuously thinking of persons or objects automatically develops attachment. Attachment creates desire. If we acquire that object, of course, then another desire comes. If we cannot acquire that desired object, we get anger. Due to anger, people become infatuated. Thereby, they lose their viveka, yukta vichakshana jnana, discriminative power. Thereby, they become perverted and gets decayed. So, thus they get ruined, destroyed. Therefore, one should become mukta sangha. Sangha is attachment. Mukta means relieved. One should develop detachment, non-attachment towards laukika objects by developing Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka. Then Janma Parampara occurs due to Vasanas, which are stored in the Chitta. All these are due to Avidya, ignorance, Ajnana. So we have to eradicate this Avidya by developing Viveka and Vijnana. We should leave Dehatma Bhavana first with effort. Then Dehatma Bhavana is the feeling that I am, this body is I am this body, my mind, life, pranas, they are all me, I. That feeling, this is called a Dehatma Bhranti. It is to be relieved. As long as Dehatma Bhranti is there, we feel we are the doers, we do the duties, works and get punya papa, thereby birth after birth. If we take refuge in Paramatma, then Bhagavan will take care of all of us, and whatever we do, that becomes dharma, and dharma protects us. That becomes jnana, and jnana gives us jnana devatu kaivalyam. That becomes the work done by Paramatma. No result occurs to us, sin or merit or sin. So we are neither karta nor bhokta. We are nothing. We are not at all. We are just the instruments in the hands of Paramatma. So we will not get any fruits of any actions if we do like this. This is the teaching of Bhagavad Gita, and this is the main advice and sara, essence of Paramatma's teaching. Then Sri Krishna Paramatma started his advice to Arjuna with the sloka Asochan Anvasochastvam, like that, and then completed with the sloka Sarva Dharman Parityajya. So this is the wonderful essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. More than thousands of personality development lectures which are there in this, they are there only in this one Bhagavad Gita text grantha. Nowadays, of course, people are paying thousands of rupees, and they are attending the personality development lectures. Instead of that, if they understand our scriptures like Srimad Ramayana, Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, then and understand the teachings of all these texts, then they can get thousands and thousands of personality development lectures effect on them. This one text, Bhagavad Gita, is enough to attain hundreds of personality development lectures by so many people. So other Upadeshas are not at all needed to mankind. This one Upadesha is enough to the entire mankind, irrespective of caste, creed, mata, desha, kala, persons, everything. This is applicable to each and every individual, not only in connection with the Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma. It is given to the benefit of entire mankind. This Bhagavad Gita gives solutions to all types of problems of all times and all individuals. So whatever God Paramatma said, we have to do. Because Sri Krishna asked Arjuna to fight, Arjuna became ready to fight the war. In fact, we may doubt about why Sri Krishna Paramatma did not tell this final verdict in the beginning of his teachings itself. In the beginning itself, suppose it should have done, but what is the use? Arjuna requested him to tell the upaya. Sri Krishna is Lord Vishnu himself, who has come down here as Siksha Guru. One of the purposes of his avatara is to give jnana, to teach knowledge to mankind. Arjuna and entire mankind should get full confidence in Paramatma, Sri Krishna, that he is divinity. He is all-knower Parabrahman, all-powerful reality. People should have devotion for him. Otherwise, if he says this verdict in the beginning, people think that, oh, that Krishna is boasting. He is so egoistic like that, because they cannot understand the tattva of Paratattva. He is Paratattva himself. Koti janmarjitair punyaihi bhavi bhaktihi prajayate, says the Shastra. So those who are like Prahlada or Gopikas, Dhruva and all, great devotees, they can cross and reach the real goal of life, mukti, with their devotion and jnana, bhakti jnana. But for all ordinary human beings, it is not possible. So Sri Krishna Paramatma explained different methods of reaching divinity by explaining different paths. When Arjuna's jnana is confirmed, then he showed his vibhutis. Then that his vibhutis are explained first, and then he showed his Visvarupa. So the doer, deed and drashta, all are one and the same. Paramatma showed past, present and future at a time. At the same time, he showed the occurrences which occurred at different places. He showed at one time, at 1 minute in the same place to Arjuna. So human beings are just instruments in the hands of Bhagavan, and we have to do discharge our duties. Thus slowly Arjuna took, slowly Paramatma took Arjuna step by step towards the higher levels. So first Sri Krishna asked Arjuna to leave his distress and agony, then asked Arjuna to do his duty as a warrior, as a Kshatriya, Yuddha Dharma it is. Then later Paramatma advised Arjuna to do karmas without asakti, anasakta karma, nishkama karma. Then karma yoga, and also said karma yoga karmasu kausalam. And finally ordered Arjuna to completely surrender to him and assured him that he will take care of him in all respects. So to leave all dharmas does not mean to remain without doing any work, but to leave kartrutva and bhoktrutva, karma phala tyaga. The entire responsibility of the protection of devotee is of Paramatma. So completely surrendering everything to God, one should do what God commands us to do. No one can be without doing any work even for one moment. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtat yakarma krut. Karyate hi avashaha karma. Sarvaha prakriti jair gunaiki. The nature, prakriti is made up of sattva, rajas and tamogunas. Being instigated by trigunas, everyone acts. Anishtam, ishtam, misram cha trividham karmana phalam. The result of all actions will be of threefold. Ishta, desired. Anishta, unwanted. Misra means mixed. By doing subha karmas, one acquires punya, thereby obtains svarga, etc. enjoyments. By doing asubha papa karmas, one goes to Narakaloka and suffers a lot and takes the birth of krimi kitakas and all. By doing misrama karmas, good and bad, he gets the birth of human beings. So all karmas are dukkha sammisritas, mixed with sorrow. All the happinesses are only temporary, not permanent. There is no work here on this earth which does not give sorrow except nishkama karma. So Ishavasya Upanishad says, Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat kurvanneveha karmani jijivishet sharadasyatam. While doing the karmas, our kartavya karmas, we must live 100 years realizing the fact that the whole universe belongs to Paramatma. So with that feeling, we have to enjoy. So in Bhagavad Gita also, Paramatma advised all of us, yajna dana tapa karma na tyadyam karyameva tat. That is, yajna, dana and tapas should always be done by human beings. Never they should leave them. Even Ramana Maharshi, Jivan Mukta, we say, of this present yuga, he said, Isvararpitam nechaya kuritam, na ichaya kuritam. We should not do with icha. Icha means desire. Isvara arpitam. It should be offered to God. One should do all the duties, giving the fruits of actions to God, Isvara. Yogina karma kurvanti sangam tyektva atma suddhaye. Bhagavad Gita said, even sages do the actions, even Jivan Muktas performed actions, even Sri Krishna Paramatma himself also does the actions. So for the sake of purification of self, Atma Suddhaye, other people do the works. All the works, Jivan Janaka Maharshi, they are all doing the works only for the purification of self, that's all, not for any gaining fruits. Sri Krishna Paramatma spoke about Tamasa, Rajasa and Satvika karmas and asked all of us to do Satvika karmas. Niyatam Sangarahitam Araga Dveshata Kuritam Aphala Pretsuna Karma Yat Tat Satvika Muchyate. The work which is done without raga and dvesha and without attachment, without the desire of gaining fruits, is called as Satvika karma. One should do such Satvika karmas, not Rajasa and Tamasa karmas. Rajasa karmas bind and then Tamasa karmas lead to destruction. Uttared Atman Atmanam Natmanam Avasadayet. Atmeva hi Atmano Bandhur Atmaiva Ripur Atmanaka. One should uplift himself, oneself, from the ocean of worldly ties. One should not allow self to decay. One's own self is the relative and also one's own self is the enemy to himself. Manayeva Manushyanam Karanam Bantha Mokshayo, we say. So one should always try to elevate his self to the higher levels in spiritual path, Achyatmika Marga. So the mind and buddhi is the cause of everything. So that the mind should be offered to Paramatma and surrender himself to God and should do according to the will and wish of God without any attachment. So after completely listening to the teachings of Sri Krishna Paramatma, Arjuna's ignorance, infatuation, everything has gone completely removed fully from him, and he became very cool, tranquil, calm, and pleasant, very happy. Now his mind is in a very sublime state. With all full confidence, he spoke to Sri Krishna Paramatma finally like this. Nasto mohaha smurtir labdha tvat prasadat maya achyuta stitosmi gata sandehaha karishye vachanam tava. O Paramatma, by your grace, my infatuation, my ignorance, my infatuation has gone. I got back my intelligence. All my doubts have been cleared. Now I will do whatever you command me. Then Sri Krishna Paramatma asked him to fight, and then Arjuna, of course, he became ready to fight in Kurukshetra war. He fought the war and won victory. He became Vijaya. Sri Krishna is addressed in this verse as Achyuta. Chuti means falling down and destruction. Achyuta is indestructible, one who never falls, one who is everything, one who is indestructible. So one who does not have Chuti, Chuti is falling down. So just as by listening, when we light the lamp, by lighting the lamp, immediately the light comes and darkness vanishes. Both occur simultaneously. Similarly, by the teachings of Sri Krishna Paramatma, Arjuna's ignorance vanished and he became Jnani. He understood the divinity, got a real knowledge, and his devotion increased and doubled with full confidence on Paramatma. And now he said, I will do whatever you command me. He participated in the Kurukshetra war as an instrument in the hands of Bhagavan and got victory and got the name as Vijaya. We say Vijaya. Entire mankind should understand the essence of the teachings of Sri Krishna Paramatma given through Bhagavad Gita. Develop Suddha Sattva Guna, leaving Kartrutva and Bhoktruttvas. Do the duties according to the command of Paramatma. We have to do our duties with the feeling that yajyet karma karomi tattadakilam shambho tavarathanam. What all we are doing, that is Paramatma's aradhana only. We should give the highest knowledge, the knowledge of ultimate reality, Brahma Jnana. We should do the works with the confidence that God is doing and making us to do all these karmas. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityapi yuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyakam. This is the promise given by Paramatma. So we must keep all this in our mind. Elders say that actually in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the very first sloka, in that first sloka also, only first half of the first line. And even in that, if we take that sloka as the 4 padas, in first pada, 1/4 of the sloka, entire essence of Bhagavad Gita is given. That is how the elders say, Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaka mamakaha pandavaschaiva kima kurvata sanjaya. This is the first sloka, the question put by Dhritarashtra to Sanjaya. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre. This is the first pada of the sloka of 4 padas. So that one small sentence is spoken to be the essence of entire Bhagavad Gita. How kshetre dharmam kuru. You do the duty in each and every place, wherever you go, wherever you stay, you do your duty in all the places. So if we do our duty, we get elevated by Paramatma, because dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Dhritarashtra, even after reaching almost the fag end of his life, still could not conquer moha and aham mama bhavana. He inquired Sanjaya what is happening at Kurukshetra war by saying Mamakaha Pandavaha cha eva. Kim akurvata Sanjaya. Mamakaha means mine, my sons, my children. This aham mama binds jiva. One who abandons aham mama, follows the words of Paramatma, leads dharmika life, attains liberation. Finally, Balichakravarti abandoned his aham mama. He offered his aham mama to Sri Mahavishnu Vamanamurti. That is why he is being protected by Paramatma. So one should develop the capacity to see the imperishable Paramatman, Parabrahman among all the perishable objects, this universe, the world. Paramatman exists in all Chara Bhutas as Antaryamin. Antaryami Brahmana is there in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, which speaks about Brahman, which is the substratum, which is underlying, which is working as Antaryamin in the entire universe. So one should say this imperishable Brahman in the universe, he is the one who sees like this. He is called as the real drashta, one who sees the truth. Maharshis are the drashtas of mantras. Lady Maharshis, they are Rishikas who saw the mantras. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameswaram vinasyetsu avinasyantam yah pasyati sa pasyati. Paramatma said, Isvara sarvabhutanam hridese Arjuna tishtati. Paramatma dwells in the hearts of all human beings, all living creatures also. So the entire universe is spread by Paramatma. Upanishad said this Atma cannot be obtained just by either listening to the teachings or by thinking properly with all intellect, using logical way of thinking, by reading, going through the Shastras, Shastra Jnana and all. Nayam Atma pravachanena labhyo na methaya na bakuna srutena yame vaisha vrunite tena labhyaha tasyaishatma vivrunute tanun swam. So Srimad Bhagavad Gita is a perfect grantha, the knowledge about Jiva, Jivatma, individual soul, Jagat, this world, then Isvara, Paramatma, the Parabrahman, then Prakriti, Trigunas, Jnana, Bhakti, Karma, Jhana, Upasana, Yogas or Margas, and also Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma, both are explained in Bhagavad Gita. All Varnasrama dharmas are explained. Paramatma, Sri Krishna Paramatma said, according to Gunakarma Vibhagasyaha, Varnasrama dharmas have come. So it is our duty to do all the Varnasrama dharmas also. So hundreds of personality development lectures, essence is there hidden in Bhagavad Gita, the complete essence of the teachings of all the Upanishads. It is given in Bhagavad Gita. The real Mukti Marga is shown in Bhagavad Gita. So if we follow the real teachings of Bhagavad Gita, then we can get a very systematic way of living by which we can lead very happy life here on this earth, getting name and fame, enjoying all the pleasures. Then hereafter, Amushmika Sukhas we can gain, and also we can get mukti, we can get liberated. Swasti for today. Swasti prajabhyak paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahisah go brahmanebhya sukhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu.
ధన్యవాదములండి.
ధన్యవాదములు.
Continuous lecture, complete Bhagavad Gita in 1 hour. Not 1 hour, 1.5. 1 hour 20 minutes, I think.
1 hour 5 minutes. Still 5 minutes is left. At 7:45 started. 15 minutes for prayer. So 1 hour 10 minutes. That's all.
1 hour 10 minutes.
1 hour 10 minutes. I took.
Okay. There are questions, but we will do it after Prarthana.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Vasundhara garu. ప్రార్థన చెప్పండి.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यां परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अथनाः सथनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतं सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति
ధన్యవాదములండి వసుంధర గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. లెట్స్ గో ఫర్ జనగణమన. చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद.
జై.
Okay. Babu garu, should I start the questions which are in the chat box?
ఓకే.
Yeah, the first question is Brahma Sutra is Nyaya Prasthana, Bhagavad Gita is Smriti Prasthana. Which one is the third one?
First one, Bhakti. First, the Nyaya Prasthana, Smriti Prasthana.
And what is the third one?
That
I think
which
they are talking about
Smriti Prasthana, Nyaya Prasthana, and I said
Upanishad.
Upanishads are Jnana Prasthana. Upanishads are called as Jnana Prasthana.
These three are called Prasthana Traya.
Okay.
Sometimes we suddenly do not remember also, but I already spoke, so we can listen once again. We say these three shatkas also we have divided: Karma Shatka, then Bhakti Shatka, and Jnana Shatka also. Thus, Upanishads are Shruti Prasthana, because Upanishads speak about the essence of Jnana. So they are called as the essence of Vedas. So Vedas are Shruti. So Shruti Prasthana. Upanishads are called as Shruti Prasthana. Then Brahma Sutras are called as Nyaya Prasthana. Then Bhagavad Gita is called as Smriti Prasthana. Shruti, Smriti. So Upanishads are Shruti, Veda Sara. Then Bhagavad Gita is the essence of Upanishads is given in Gita. So it is Smriti Prasthana. So first one, Upanishads are Shruti Prasthana, then Brahma Sutras, because logically Vyasa Bhagavan explained that is called as Nyaya Prasthana or Tarka also, Tarka Prasthana. Then Bhagavad Gita, because it is Smriti Grantha, Bhagavad Gita, so it is Smriti Prasthana. Shruti, Nyaya, Smriti Prasthanas.
Okay, there are no more questions in the chat box. It's all thanking for the great lecture today. So, Babu Garu, over to you. Sharada Garu.
Namaskaraha, Mahodaya.
Namaskar.
Ask one question. When you
Yes.
have to follow Niskama Yoga completely, then whenever you are doing any puja or vratam, sankalpam can be told, because in the last line there is a dharmata kama moksha siddhyarte is there, isn't it?
Yes. That is why all these prayers, pujas, doing yajna yagadi kratus, everything, they all are considered as at the lower level, at the first level. In the beginning, of course, by birth, if a person is Brahmajnani, for him, it is different. But for all ordinary people, that is why even in the Vedas, 90% portion is concerning about Karma Kanda. Then after that, the little part is of Jnana Kanda, where normally in the beginning we say we must do the puja with all that is sankalpas, telling our gotras, namas, sthala, everything, because we got at that time the feeling that I am doing, we are doing. So when we got that feeling that we are doing, I and mine feelings are there, then we must say follow all this method of doing rituals in the right path, keeping an idol, keeping the name, nama, rupas, mantra and all. Then slowly when we are going on meditating on this mantra, slowly gaining the knowledge, then the knowledge blooms in us. Then when we become real jnani, that is when we are capable of understanding the real tattva that the entire universe is Paramatman only, we are all instruments, and I and mine, even this body is temporary. What all I am doing, it is nothing. So thus when slowly we gain the jnana, then for such a jnani, there is no need to do any sort of rituals, any yajna kratus, any sort of pujas, to keep to tell any sankalpas at all. But for ignorant people, ordinary people, people at the lower level, at the first stage of their travel towards Achyatmika Marga, all these are given to us by our Maharshis, by our Shastras. So we have to tell. Slowly, when we when we are aware of the real knowledge, we need not have to do this. When we are stepping the steps to reach the building, then at the lower level, we are keeping on the first step, then second step. Thus, when we climb and reach that building, then this ladder need not be there at all for us, because we have already reached it. We need not have to come down again. Those who really gain the correct knowledge, they need not have to fall down. In the physical building, if we climb and go up, again we come down. But in this spiritual path, if we step by step, if we get elevated, our soul, our jivatma gets elevated, atma suddhaye, that is why they said all these people are doing for atma suddhi, antakarana suddhi. When that is acquired, when antakarana is very pure, then when the mirror is very clean, any object we keep, it resembles perfectly. If there is dust on the mirror, then it will not reflect. So first, when our Atma Suddhi occurs, then our Atma, Jiva, that is Buddhi, intellect, becomes capable of receiving the Jnana. So at that stage, Sankalpa is not there, worship is not there, but they do all the works. Why? Because they are the ideal to all ordinary people. So even is given in Bhagavad Gita only. Yajyad acharati shresthaha tattadevetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanuvartate. So for the sake of ordinary people, the jnanis, mukta sanghas, they also are doing all this, but not with the feeling that they are doing, they need not, there is no duty for them, no necessity for them. Even then they are doing, they appear as if they are doing. In fact, wholeheartedly they are not doing anything at all. Their mind is always fixed on Brahman, and they are aware that they are not either Deha, mind, Prana, Atma, anything. They are Parabrahman, Paramatma.
Two more doubts I have, madam. When you
Clear now?
all out of all yajnas, Japa Yajnam is the best, they say, isn't it? Then when you recite one or Mananam in Dhyanam, any mantra, is it Nirakara or Sakara?
Formerly, at the beginning, when any mantra is given to us, when we keep any Ishtadevata Nama Rupas, it is Saguna Brahma Upasana. Even this is given in Gita only. Even in Upanishads, this Upasana is given. So after doing this Saguna Brahma Upasana, one gains the real knowledge. Then Nirguna Brahma Upasana, they start meditating upon. Saguna Brahma Upasana is doing pujas, kratus and all, worship. Nirguna Brahma Upasana, it is not ritual, it is not puja. It is just meditating upon the Nirakara Nirguna Parabrahma Tattva.
Okay, madam. One more thing I want to ask you. Whatever Sri Krishna Paramatma, Sarvantaryami, Sarvajnaha, Sarva Vyapi, the same thing in the Samala Dandakam in the last few lines it is given. Sarva Yantratmike, Sarva Tantratmike, Sarva Mantratmike, Sarva Dikshatmike, Sarva Pitatmike, Sarva Yogatmike, Sarva Nadatmike, Sarva Rupe, Sarveshe, Pahimam, Parameswari.
Yes.
No, madam.
Why? Because because there are crores of human beings are there. As many people are there, so many feelings and ishtas, aishtas will be there. A person may be by birth, a person may be very much attached to Ishvara, Shiva. A person may be very much devoted to Jagannatha, Adi Parasekti. A person may be Vaishnava, worships Vishnu only. Thus, in our Vedas, in our Shastras, that is why Adi Shankara Bhagavad-pada, he arranged Panchayatana Puja and Shanmatas. He established Shanmatas and became Shanmata Sapaka Acharya. So, according to one's own interest, devotion, one can worship. So, for Shakteyas, Shakti, Jagannatha, Adi Parasekti, Lalita Devi, Syamala Devi, Varahi Devi, Chamunda Devi, whatever may the name be, Uma, Parvati, Chandi, Parambika, like that. So, all these names are different names of one divine power, Adi Parasekti. That is, Para means beyond. Shakti means the power, which is above to all this whole universe. So, Tripadurtva Udait Purusha, that Shakti. So, that according to Shakteya, Adi Parasekti, Jagannatha created Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwaras. Then Lakshmi, Saraswati, Parvati, the entire universe and all, everything. So the whole and soul ultimate reality is Jagannatha. That is why Kalidasa praised Jagannatha Syamala Devi as the Parabrahman. Similarly, if we see Saiva Agama Granthas, Parameswara Shiva is being praised, being worshipped by devotee as the ultimate reality. By in Vaishnava Granthas, we see Sri Mahavishnu as the Paramatma, Parabrahma. And in Puranas, of course, it is clearly visible. All other gods are inferior to our Ishtadevata as per the Vaishnava, Shaiva, Shakteya, Ganapatya, Saura, Kaumara and all. That is why Kalidasa Mahakavi praised not only Kalidasa, so many great devotees, Krishna devotees praised Sri Krishna Paramatma as ultimate Parabrahman. Ramachandra Paramatma's devotees praise Sri Ramachandra as the ultimate reality. Sitaram, even Upanishad is there, Ramatapini Upanishad. So those who are Vaishnavas, they praise Vishnu as ultimate reality. Shaivas praise Shiva as ultimate reality. All this is up to the a certain level only. When that level is reached and also crossed, then ultimate reality, when we reach to Upanishadic level, Mahavakyopadesha level, then these even God's Trinity is not there. Adipara Shakti or Shiva, Vishnu, whatever may the name we kept here, all these names will be turned into the word as Parabrahman. That is the ultimate reality. Nirguna, Niranjana, Nirakara, Sarva Siktimatva, Sarvajnatva, Sarvavit, as we said, everything, that whole and soul power is ultimate. Parabrahman is the only name coined in Upanishads in Vedas.
Madam,
So Vedamata, Veda Gayatri, Veda Purusha, all these are also at lower level. At the lowest level, the highest position one can attain by doing all the karmas, pujas and all is Hiranyagarbhasthana, they said. And beyond that, only Nirguna Niranjana Paratattvam is there. Is it clear?
one more small doubt, madam.
First of all, say whether it is clear or not. You are only asking questions.
Understood, madam.
Yeah, that's also important. Yeah, thank you.
Small question. You told one sloka about Sharanagati, 6 types. Can you just name the 6 types, madam, please?
I will send in our group.
Okay, madam.
All the 6 are, it is a sloka carpenter, so I will send it. It is there in Vaishnava Agama Grantha.
Okay.
Vishnu Bhaktas. Dvaita, Visishta Dvaita, both of them are Vishnu Bhaktas, only small difference is there, even there. It is there in their Agama Grantha.
Yeah.
చాలా ధన్యవాదాలు, madam.
Dhanyavadalam.
Okay, I think there are no more questions. There are no questions in the chat box.
Questions?
People who raised the hand went off. Amar Singh, maybe they are off to the office or
Their doubts are
colleges.
clear. Their doubts are cleared, I think.
I think their doubts are cleared. Okay, then we can close.
Okay.
Very nice that we have understood and no doubts on entire the course, Sanatana Dharma.
Thank you.
And,
Yeah.
if at all we have any doubts, we will get back to you separately.
Okay, certainly.
Dhanyawad.
Dhanyavada. So now I
Close.
close.